This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com. The ghost of the Ultimate Warrior was apparently at the Stanley Cup final tonight, which I could care less about, to be honest with you, other than that. But let's jump into the news here. Hulk Hogan, according to the Wrestling Observer, has no-showed several appearances for his new Real American beer. Does this have anything to do with his son, Nick Hogan, being sentenced for getting into more trouble driving while impaired? Apparently, on last week, he was sentenced to a year probation for driving under the influence. Of course, he had previously gone to jail for drag racing under the influence in a situation that left his friend brain dead. And apparently, the judge in the case was shocked that he would drive with alcohol in his system. Again, after going through all that turmoil, which Hulk apparently it caused a huge amount of problems within the family. Scorpio, as reported earlier today, he's got himself into some trouble. I guess he was a security guard at a gas station a couple weeks ago, and he ran into an issue where a guy was smoking inside. And when he went outside with the guy attacked him. Scorpio happened to have a knife on him. He was the only security guard working, apparently, and defended himself with a knife, almost killed the guy. So that's going to be a big issue for him. I know he's got kids, and from my experience with him, he's a good guy, so sorry to hear that. TKO has released WWE's executive vice president of TV due to cost-cutting measures. AEW, who allegedly signed MJF to a $25 million deal recently, only did a 0.12 rating for Rampage on Friday. You know what's funny? They don't use guys like Moxley, who was in Japan wrestling for a different company on the weekend, and Mercedes Moné was appearing in CMLL over the weekend. So it's like they'd rather have their wrestlers appear on other shows rather than try and get good ratings for their own shows. It boggles the mind. It's like they don't even care about trying to get ratings. The only show they try to get ratings on is Dynamite, seemingly. And Dynamite did its lowest rating of all time last week, only a 0.16. So bizarre mentality of that company. As CM Punk says, they don't run it like a business. Good luck to Nick Hogan staying out of trouble. And I have heard Hulk Hogan say in an interview, alcohol has caused nothing but issues for him in his life. And at that point, he said he had gone a year without drinking. Now, apparently, even though he's, according to reports, no showing appearances to promote his beer, he has his own beer and he has his own weed. So, I mean, everybody likes to have a good time, but it's not always a good solution to your problems, as a lot of wrestlers have found out the hard way over the years. And I'm not pointing any fingers, but let's hope Nick Hogan can turn his life around. He could have done so much in his life, and he's pretty much a failure at this point, you'd have to say.